Buy now, pay later is not 4 easy payments. It's 4 easy ways to lose track of your life. Hi, I'm a Jazz. I have a master's in finance, and I'm here to help you out to make better financial decisions through my video. Picture this. You're on your phone late at night, scrolling through an online store. You add a pair of shoes, a new hoodie, maybe some headphones. The total pops up and your brain goes, that's a bit much, and then you see it. Pay in 4 installments, 0% interest. Suddenly, the total doesn't matter anymore. It's not one big $80 purchase, it's just $20 today. It feels lighter, it feels harmless, it feels like free money. That moment right there is the trap. Not because the math is wrong, but because the psychology is perfect. Buy now, pay later, Klarna, Afterpay, Affirm, all of them didn't come to save your budget. They came to rearrange your brain. Instead of you asking, "Can I afford this?" they get you asking, "Can I handle this tiny payment?" And once they get you to think in tiny payments, they've already won. This is what I call the fragmentation trap. Your spending doesn't actually get smaller. It just gets chopped into so many little pieces that you stop seeing the whole picture. One plan here, one plan there, only 20 this week, only 30 next month. No single payment feels painful enough to say no to. But stack them together, that's where people quietly set themselves on fire. So let's talk about Mia. Mia is a totally normal, middle-class professional. She's not living some wild lifestyle. She has a job, pays rent on time, and she's good with money. At least, that's what she tells herself. Like most of us, she shops online a lot. Groceries delivered. Clothes, makeup, little home decor things. Every time she checks out, that pay in 4 option is right there. And every time, it makes her feel like she's being smart. Why pay the full amount today if I can keep more cash in my account and just split it up? So she does it. Once for a pair of sneakers, once for some skincare, once for a chair she needed for her home office, then gifts for birthdays, then a flight, then another outfit just for this one event. None of these decisions feel dangerous on their own. One plan is 25 this week. Another is 32 every 2 weeks. One is 60 every month. No big deal, right? Fast forward 6 months. Mia sits down, opens her bank app, and wonders, why is my paycheck disappearing so fast? She starts adding it up and realizes she doesn't have one BNPL plan. She has 7 active plans across 3 different apps: Klarna, Afterpay, Affirm, different due dates, different amounts, and when she finally adds them all up, it hits her. She owes around $1,400 a month in little payments she didn't even realize had stacked that high. That's the fragmentation trap in action. It's not just that Mia spent more. It's that her obligations are scattered across time, across apps, across paychecks. There's no single moment that screams, "Stop, this is insane." Instead, the damage hides in plain sight. And here's the scary part. This isn't just Mia's problem. Research on BNPL behavior shows that when people use these services, they don't spend the same. They spend more. A lot more. Studies and consumer reports have found that BNPL users tend to increase their spending by 20 to 40% compared to when they pay with cash or debit. Why? Because the full price is emotionally invisible. You're not buying a $100 shirt, you're buying 4 low payments of $25. And here's what nobody sees on the bank statement: the mental load. Mia isn't just paying off 7 plans. She's carrying 7 tiny stress bombs in her head. Every notification, every payment coming up email is a reminder that her future paycheck is already spoken for. She's not deciding what to do with her money anymore. The apps are. The worst part? None of these purchases feel special now. The sneakers are scuffed. The skincare is half used. The chair just blends into the background. But the payments are still very real. That's the cruel joke of BNPL. The joy is front-loaded, the stress is back-loaded. You get 90 seconds of dopamine at checkout, and then months of, "Wait, why is my account so low again?" This is pure behavioral science. In psychology, there's a concept called the pain of paying. When you pay for something in full, especially with cash, you feel a little sting. Your brain registers, "We just lost money." That pain is not a bug, it's a feature. It protects you from dumb decisions. BNPL is designed to numb that pain. By slicing the cost into small chunks and pushing most of it into the future, it disconnects the moment of buying from the moment of paying. There's no single big, painful transaction to make you stop and think. It's like emotional anesthesia for your wallet. They're not just selling you shoes, they're selling you an illusion that you're still in control. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but if it's 0% interest, isn't this better than a credit card? On paper, it sounds that way. No interest, no annual fee, just a simple split payment. But when you zoom out, BNPL works a lot like credit card debt dressed up in friendlier colors. The math is identical. You're borrowing money for a purchase, you're promising future income to pay for past decisions. You're tying up your cash flow with fixed obligations. The difference is that BNPL hides itself better. Credit card debt is loud. You see a balance, you see a big number you owe. It stares at you every time you open the app. BNPL, on the other hand, hides in your calendar. It shows up as a 20 here, a 40 there, a 79 next Friday. It's like having 7 mini credit cards, each with its own secret due dates. And just like credit cards, BNPL comes with teeth. Miss a payment? Now you're dealing with late fees. Some providers will try again automatically, and if the money still isn't there, they slap on penalties that turn 0% into "this is actually costing me." Some report missed payments to credit bureaus, which can drag down your credit score and make your future borrowing more expensive. For a lot of middle-class households already juggling rent, car loans, student debt, and rising grocery bills, this is exactly the kind of hidden obligation that destroys financial stability. It's another layer of debt stacked on top of everything else, and because it's marketed as harmless, it often goes completely unnoticed until it's way too big. Think about it. If you're already living paycheck to paycheck, adding multiple BNPL plans is like quietly assigning pieces of your future income to strangers. You're not asking, "Can I afford this item?" You're asking, "Can I squeeze a little more out of my next few paychecks?" That's how the middle class gets stuck. Not in one huge dramatic financial mistake, but in hundreds of tiny ones that all say "only" in front of them. The middle class is already under pressure from all kinds of wealth destroyers: high-interest credit card balances, car loans on depreciating cars, subscriptions they forgot to cancel, hidden fees and impulse spending that shave off hundreds every month. BNPL slides right into that ecosystem as another harmless monthly payment. It feels normal. Everyone's doing it. It fits perfectly into the mindset of, as long as I can handle the monthly payment, I'm fine. But here's the harsh truth. What's the monthly payment? Is one of the most dangerous questions you can build your financial life around. The real question should be, what's the total cost, in money and in stress? Because when you train yourself to only think in installments, you stop thinking in terms of ownership, savings, and long-term freedom. You start thinking like a lender, not an owner. BNPL companies know this. Their entire business model thrives on 3 things: getting you to say yes more often than you would if you had to pay in full, getting you to spend more per transaction, counting on a certain percentage of people slipping up with late payments and fees. And here's another angle nobody tells you. Every BNPL payment is money that can't go somewhere else. Every $50 installment is $50 that could have gone into an emergency fund, into paying down actual high-interest debt, into investing, or even just into giving you breathing room. Instead, it's locked into paying off stuff you probably don't even think about anymore. The shoes are worn out. The chair is just another object in the room. But the payments live on. So how do you break out of this without going full money monk and never buying anything fun again? You don't need to swear off BNPL forever. You need to get brutally clear on what it's costing you, and then build a system that makes overspending harder, not easier. This is where the cash clarity test comes in. It's a simple 5-step filter you run every purchase through, especially when that Pay in 4 button starts winking at you. Step 1. Ask, if I had to pay the full amount in cash right now, would I still buy this? No mental gymnastics. No, but it's on sale. Just a straight yes or no. If the answer is no, then BNPL is not a smart tool. It's a temptation. Step 2. Add up your real monthly obligations on paper, not in your head. List your rent or mortgage, utilities, groceries, transport, subscriptions, existing debt payments, and then every single BNPL payment you currently have going. When you see that total number in black and white, you'll know instantly if you're playing a dangerous game. Step 3. Set a hard cap on how much of your monthly income can go toward BNPL or any kind of financed consumption. Not a vibe-based cap, a number. Maybe it's 5% of your take-home pay, maybe it's 0 while you clean things up. If a new plan would push you over that cap, the answer is no, even if it's only $10 a week. Step 4. Build a tiny fun fund in cash. This is a separate pot of money for wants, not needs. You load it regularly, maybe once a month, and if there's money in it, you can buy something you want with no guilt, using actual cash or debit. If there's no money in it, you wait. This retrains your brain to associate pleasure with what you can really afford, not what you can borrow. Step 5. Use the 48-hour rule for anything over $50. If you see something you want to buy and the price is above that amount, you're not allowed to hit buy now on impulse, with or without BNPL. Screenshot it, save it to a wish list, whatever. Then set a reminder and walk away for 2 days. If you still genuinely want it 48 hours later and it fits comfortably inside your budget and your caps, go ahead. You'll be shocked how many must-haves evaporate after 2 nights of sleep. Run Mia's life through this test and things look very different. Instead of 7 active BNPL plans at once, maybe she would have had 1 or 2 or none. Instead of $1,400 a month in fragmented obligations she barely remembers agreeing to, she'd have a clear number, a clear limit, and a clear sense of what she's trading her time and energy for. The goal here isn't to shame anyone who's used BNPL. These tools exist because life is expensive, inflation is brutal, and a lot of people feel squeezed. Spreading a big expense over a couple of paychecks can be helpful in a real emergency, but using Pay in 4 for every hoodie, every gadget, every impulse click, that's not budgeting. That's quiet financial self-destruction in slow motion. So next time you're at checkout and that pastel-colored button pops up promising no interest and easy payments, pause. Ask yourself, am I making this choice because it's genuinely the smartest way to handle this purchase, or because it's the easiest way to avoid feeling the cost? Because at the end of the day, your future doesn't care how clever the app looked when you tapped accept. It only cares about one thing: how much of your money you kept and how much you gave away in tiny forgettable pieces. If this opened your eyes to how sneaky buy now, pay later really is, make sure you hit subscribe, tap like, and share this with someone who always says, "It's fine, it's only 4 payments." And tell me in the comments, what's the most ridiculous thing you've ever put on a Pay in 4 plan? And after watching this, do you still think it was worth the cost?